So if you see what we do in a hair transplant procedure, that we take out hair from the back of your scalp and implant them in the area which are requiring those hair. I'm Siddharth Paul. I am an expert in aesthetic technologies and I'm the director of Bionics, and I'm happy to answer all your questions and inquiries about hair transplant. And in this presentation, I'll run you through quickly on what is required and how we can do a hair transplant with high density of hair at a very good price for you. So this is a chart which will show you that what kind of patients can undergo a hair transplant. You need to see what grade you fit into. You are grade 1 on your extreme left top corner. You can see grade 1, grade 2, grade 2A, grade 3, grade 3A, grade 4, 5 and so on. And to be honest, if you are in the 6th or 7th grade, we can't do much for you. But if you are anywhere between 5 to 5A, almost 6, you are lucky. You can go for a hair transplant. And it is one of the most performed procedures all over the globe today for men and women. There's nothing to worry. It's a very safe procedure. You just need to be in the right hands with the right doctor and the right technician, and you're gonna get excellent results. So have you already decided which grade you come into? It's very important, because depending on your grade, you will know how much you're gonna spend on your hair transplant. So see which grade you fit into, and I go to the next slide for you. So as I said, you have a donor area. So what's exactly a donor area? Donor area is this on your left picture. If you see between your ears, this area on your scalp, you never lose hair. It is naturally programmed, and genetically this area is the last to see hair loss. So the hair here actually never falls for the rest of your life. So if you have a thick hair growth in this area, you're lucky again, because you can undergo a hair transplant, and depending on this area, you're gonna get high density hair transplant or a low density hair transplant. So please go and check whether you have this area. Tell someone to check the back of your scalp. You have good hair here, definitely you're gonna get a good hair transplant. On the right, what we have tried to show, that according to the classification and your grade of hair loss, you fit into type 1, type 2, type 3, type 4, type 5, type 6. And if you're just talking in the front of the area, the type 1, if you see, we'll have to put almost between 800 to 1500 grafts. And if you're in type 2, it goes up till 2200 grafts. If you're in type 3, it's like almost 3000 grafts. Type 6 here, what we're talking again is a type 5A, is up to 6000 grafts, which is a lot of grafts for you. And it's very important, because many doctors and clinics are charging you per graft. And if you are type 6 or type 5A and you are paying 10 dirhams per graft, so you are already paying around 60,000 for this procedure. So you can see which kind of classification you fit into, and the expense you're gonna have when you go for a standard hair transplant procedure. The most common hair restoration techniques in the market are strip technique and FUE technique. We are using in Bionics Auto FUE. We use a machine to do it. And what was strip technique? Strip technique, basically we cut part of your scalp, which I had shown you as a donor area. That area is cut from your scalp, and then the team harvests grafts out of it. That means they take out the grafts out of it, and then they implant it back. It's used by many doctors. It's a cheaper procedure, and if you see, it's leaves the scar behind, and this scar, though, is covered by your own hair, because the hair grows around it, but it will be there with you for the rest of your life. And it does look ugly, and if someone sees the scar, they will definitely know that you have gone in for a hair transplant. So this is a complete no-no for me in this time, and we have a manual FUE. And in manual FUE, the full form is follicular unit extraction. As the name says, one by one a follicle or a graft is pulled out from the back of your scalp and implanted. The beauty of this procedure is that there is no scarring as such. It's minimally invasive scarring or no scarring, and no one will feel. If you see this picture, this is a FUE. It's a complete, and no one can really figure out that you did a hair transplant here. So it's minimally invasive, very fast, depending on your technician, definitely. and it's got a minimal downtime. You can be back to your work the next day. Highest quality of graft. This is very, very important concept, that how good quality of grafts that have been extracted. Now in this technique there are many grafts which are lost. Now this is your last hope. This area is the last hope of you getting new hair, because as I said, this area is genetically programmed that you won't lose the hair. So it is last hope, and you cannot waste hair here. They are like diamonds. You cannot waste. So this technique ensures the quality of grafts that comes can be reimplanted and are not lost. We call it the transaction. The transaction is very low in a FUE done by a machine. It's called auto FUE, which we are using in Bionics. Of course, since there's 100% good quality grafts that are implanted, the results are definitely amazing. I've been talking about grafts, so that's what it looks like. If you see, this is a high quality grafts. The whole hair is complete. It's not cut in between, and there are 3 to 2 hair in each graft. And most of the doctors count this when they do the procedure, is the number of grafts they take out. Someone can tell you count by the hair, don't go by it, because no one counts hair, they count the grafts. So these are the grafts. What we are showing here is that we use very small punches, about 0.8 mm, 8 mm, 1 mm, 1.25 mm, 1.4, depends on the diameter of your hair. A punch is used to pull out your hair from the back of your scalp. This ensures that minimal scarring and minimal bleeding during the procedure. It makes it almost scarless. So what we require during a procedure? Actually, we ensure you have a comfortable time. So we just want good music, a good chair, good mood. It's not a joke, really. That's what we want. And a good, well-trained technician with the doctor. He's the artist who's gonna pen down your hairline. They need to be good. So this is all we require. We have some pictures from all over. We have been doing this procedure and been giving this technology to many places. So if you see the second case, it is almost a 5A grade, and you can see what high density it's got with this procedure. This is life transforming. It's really, really life transforming for someone who's got that results. And that's what we get. Most of our patients get the same results because we're not counting the grafts. We're giving you density. And these are some of the other pictures. You can see how well it's evolved. Even people who just want frontal lines, for ladies who just want high density and they do not want scarring, again, this is the procedure. When I'm saying high density, it's something even with someone with thinning hair. If you see the hair is gone, they want high density of hair, they want more grafts. And if you start counting the grafts per dirham, trust me, you won't get high density. So this is what is high density kind of results, where we have almost 100 hair per centimeter square. This patient, what we are trying to say is use the same by Dr. Bauman in US. He's using the same procedure, and you see this is 24 hours post-op, the right picture. If you see, it's actually no scarring. It's so minimal and it's almost healed, and the person can be back at work. This is the beauty of this procedure. You see again, this immediately after, 24 hours after the procedure. Some of the celebrities who have undergone this procedure, not with us, let's be very clear on this, we are honest at Bionics, they have undergone the same procedure by different doctors, and all of you know them mostly. It's Salman Khan, is a Bollywood actor, Tom Hanks, Brandon Fraser. Why am I showing you this picture? Because they have taken this decision to look good. It's absolutely safe, and it's done all over the globe. This is the procedure what we are offering you. So you decide you want to pay per graft. Can be 10 dirhams. I'll be very conservative, 7 dirhams. Even if you do then 3,000 grafts, you're paying 21 to 30,000 dirhams. You fly down to Turkey, you're gonna go and meet another doctor in another country. You can never go for a follow-up again and again there. Or any other country, as a matter of fact. So we wanted to give you a solution. We don't want to just do a hair transplant. We want to be here, do your hair transplant at a price you can afford. And if you see our offers, we have a genuine offer. We started from 5,500 and today we are going at 6,700. So who were lucky, they got it at 5,500. We are fully booked in most of our schedules, and now we are actually on 6,700. If you go sometime in future, I can assure you the price would be higher. So if you have decided, I think this is the price now, 6,700. It's a fixed price. We'll give you a high density hair transplant, will not count your follicles or grafts. You can just call 0435200705 to know more or book. You can also shoot down your questions here. We'll definitely reply you. If you see our last post, as I said, you will realize it's a genuine offer. It's absolutely genuine. So that's all I wanted to share with you in this presentation.